Are you dealing with a narcissist and they're just driving you crazy because you feel like they're talking to everybody about you and they're actually telling you that they're talking to everybody about you, and you're wondering what kind of phrases they're using? In this video, I'm actually going to go through those with you so that you can spot them and then try to shut them down before they even happen. And actually, I'm going to tell you how to deal with that. So you're definitely going to want to watch this video. Hey there, I'm Rebecca Zung. I am an expert. I'm one of the world-renowned experts in how to negotiate with narcissists. I've been recognized by U.S. News as one of the best lawyers in America. And it is my mission, my passion, my whole life's blood now to help you escape from the clutches of any kind of toxic relationship so that you can actually start creating a new future and really start feeling at peace and at ease in your life. I've helped really thousands of people do the same thing. And so I have lots and lots of free resources, lots and lots of free videos here. And so I really urge you to go ahead and subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so that when I release new videos every single day, that you will get notified. I actually have a brand new book that's in pre-order called Slay the Bully: How to Negotiate with a Narcissist and Win. And you can check that out at slaythebully.com. I have lots and lots of freebies there if you pre-order. Like almost $400 worth of bonuses, so you can check that out as well. Ridiculous lines that narcissists use when triangulating. Let's talk about what triangulating is. Some people call it with flying monkeys. You've heard that term before. The word flying monkeys, or the term flying monkeys, actually comes from the Wizard of Oz, when the Wicked Witch of the West had the flying monkeys around her, and they just really had no thought. They were just her, like minions, or her things that were going and getting information and then flying back to her and reporting back or whatever. They, like her little army. Here's the thing with the narcissist flying monkeys. I think that most of the time, a lot of the time, they're really kind of under the spell of the narcissist as well. And I think a lot of the time they may not necessarily know what's going on either. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I think that you have to kind of give people the benefit of the doubt sometimes, but regardless, it is a manipulation tactic that narcissists use to control you, to make you think that either everybody else is lined up against you, believing their lies, to make you feel isolated, to make you feel more bullied, to make you feel like you shouldn't do anything because everybody else is going to believe them and not you. It's a way to make you feel like this dirty work is being done by these other people. And so, you feel more intimidated. That's what the whole purpose of it is. I mean, I know for me, in my own personal life, when I was dealing with a narcissistic business partner, I certainly felt that way. I certainly felt like, gosh, I don't really want to come out against this person because, we had a lot of mutual connections. And I felt like all of those mutual connections thought that this person was such a good person. And, I felt like if I come out against this person, everybody's going to think that I'm the bad person, which is exactly what that narcissistic business partner wanted. And a lot of times they start seeding things long before you even realize what's going on, especially if it's a covert narcissist. They start seeding things to make it seem like they're a victim, and then you are the bully, you're the bad person. They set it up so that, oh, I can't believe this person is doing these things to me, and I'm being ganged up on by this person. They make it seem like You're the one who's causing trouble, and you don't even realize something is going on. They make it seem like they're the victim because they are addicted to being a victim a lot of times if you're dealing with a covert narcissist. And I've seen this happen in families as well, where a covert narcissist would actually rather no longer have a relationship with their own family member in order to garner sympathy from others, because they're so addicted to being a victim, because then everybody feels sorry for them that their family member is no longer talking to them, or they no longer have a relationship with their family member, because even though they caused that to happen, I mean, it's really pretty sad or sick or whatever, but that's what happens. You get concerned that this narcissist is lining up everybody to dislike you or isolate you or whatever. You feel like this gut feeling inside that something is going on with this narcissist lining up people, or they straight up tell you, I've talked to these people and I've told everyone blah, 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 or everyone blah, blah, blah. So the types of phrases that they might use in the process of triangulation when they're talking to you are kind of the bold blanket statements like everyone else. So that's one of the first ones that you might hear. Everyone else. Everyone else says, everyone else believes me. They'll start telling you I've talked to people, especially if they're trying to get you to think that you're the difficult one and they're so great. Everyone else thinks that you are the crazy one, you are the difficult one, you are the alcoholic, or whatever it is that they're trying to convey or make a point about. And I am the blank. I was the one that started the business. I was the one that everyone else will testify to, blah, blah, blah. They love to use the word testify to or prove that. Narcissists love to use terms like that. Nobody will believe. So everybody / nobody. Everybody will believe blah, blah, blah. Nobody will believe you. They love to use the flip side of these things. Everybody, nobody. So that you will just start losing your mind and feeling like you're crazy, you're completely isolated. You might as well just give up. There's no way that you can possibly win. Everyone's going to believe their lies, their version of things, their version of the truth. You've just got this sick feeling inside, this nauseous feeling inside that's how it's going to go. Most of the time, that's just absolutely not the case. It's really just their version of the truth. I have seen this time and time again. It's really not as cut and dried as they present it to be. It's not nearly as black and white as they present it to be. It's just their version of the truth. They want you to think that. I'm telling you that 99% of the time, it is not the way they are presenting it to be. They want you to think that, but it's not the way it is. But they want you to think that. This is what they want you to think. That's the first one. And then the same kind of thing is the always, never. So everybody, nobody is one of the things. And then always, never is another one that they will use to triangulate. So, they'll get you to think that you always do this or you never do this. And they'll tell other people these things to kind of dramatize these things, to use this massive amount of hyperbole, and they will kind of try to smear things that way as well. And then one of the other things that they will start to do is try to couch things in terms of care or concern. I'm just so concerned about Tina's drinking. That way, it seems like the person is concerned about it, but it's really just a way of working in their smearing or their triangulating or their smearing about you. I'm just really worried about how many times they haven't showing up with dropping off the kids on time. And it is really, that's not true. So they're trying to like get people on their side about things, and they're actually maybe not even telling the truth about things, but they couch it in terms of concern or care, but it's actually a smear. So that's something else that they will do as well. And then they will also use words like even the grocer thinks that you're crazy. Even the neighbor thinks that you're crazy. So like even like the lowest form of life that they can possibly think of, like even my cousin who lives in the basement that you can't stand thinks that you are a whatever. I mean, the person because they want to hurt you as bad as possible. So they'll use those kinds of terms as well to try to, smear you, triangulate with you, and try to make you think that you're as crazy as possible. And they'll say these things to other people. Make sure that you know that they have spoken to these other people as well. And if you guys have seen any of these things, give me a totally in the comments and let me know, which ones you guys have seen. And I would also love to know what other ones you have heard and seen as well, because I'm sure that you guys have seen a ton of different lines that narcissists have used when they're trying to line up their flying monkeys and start, seeding these things. I mean, you really, really start seeing the birth of the smear campaign during that discard phase, when that discard phase starts. But with a lot of times with narcissists, that discard phase starts before you even realize that it has started. I mean, you like are going along with your life thinking things are fine, and they've actually already started seeding things, months beforehand, like that whole care and concern thing, like, oh, I was just so concerned about Susie's drinking last night. They'll start saying these things to neighbors months and months beforehand. And then, by the time the divorce hits or whatever, they'll be like, oh, I told you that Susie was an alcoholic. And then Susie might not have any kind of problems with drinking whatsoever, but then they want to use that in a custody case because they just kind of started seeding that long before anybody even knew what was going on. So they're very, very stealth, with that sort of thing. You just have to be, hyper aware. The bottom line is, obviously, all of those things take evidence. Courts of law need actually real hard evidence when it comes to these things. And I do actually have a whole video on how to shut down a narcissist smear campaign. And I highly recommend that you watch that video next. But before you go to do that, definitely couple of things that you need. One is my Crush My Negotiation prep worksheet. Definitely go grab that at winmynegotiation.com because it's 15 pages. It's a free ebook. It will help you so much when you're negotiating with a narcissist. It's helped many thousands of people beat narcissists in negotiations. And also make sure you join my free private Facebook group for support, because you will need every ounce of support you can get. You don't want to be doing this alone. So join my free private Facebook group. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, hit that notification bell, and then let's go watch that next video together, which is how to shut down that narcissist smear campaign. Remember that today is a great day to start negotiating your best life. I'm Rebecca Zung, and I will see you in that next video.